What is up guys? This is Bullshot, back again with another Call of Duty mobile video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So in today's video, I am gonna be covering my newly updated sensitivity settings after the release of the Season 4 update. I usually make a sensitivity update video for the Battle Royale after every season update. But this time, after getting a ton of requests, I am gonna be covering the sensitivity settings for the multiplayer as well. The video can be a little bit longer because I am going to cover every single important settings in the game. And also, I am gonna be sharing some of the greatest HUD layouts for both Battle Royale and the multiplayer. That's why I am suggesting you to stick to the end of the video. Now, if this is your first time here in my channel, then be sure to press the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I make some great tips and tricks videos and make some pretty powerful loadouts for the Battle Royale. And trust me, you don't want to miss out any of my custom build. Anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the video. Before we get into the video, I just want to mention that I use a mobile device, which has a screen size of 6.5 inches. And I am a 3.5 finger claw player. Your sensitivity can be different depending on the size of the display and the movement speed of your fingers. Only the general sensitivity and the firing sensitivity can depend on your play style. But one thing I can tell you for sure, that is, the gyroscope settings must be the same as I'll show you in this video. It's extremely calculated and I've been using this for over a decent amount of matches. Still, I'll most definitely recommend you to give the other sensitivity a try, because I usually get pretty positive reviews on this type of videos, where I share my updated settings after every single update. First, let's start with the basic settings of the multiplayer. As you can see, I keep my aim assist turned on because it helps a lot for those long-range bullet tracing. A majority of top-tier players use this option, and trust me, it's totally up to you. I personally never use the fast throw grenade option because it can be way too much unpredictable at some points. The quick run from prone position must be turned off because you'll never want to run where you need to use prone. But the joystick auto sprint option must be turned on at every moment as you don't want to go in crouch mode while you are trying to slide. Do not ever mess these two options. Rest of the settings are pretty reasonable. Now, after that, I use tap and hold to aim down sight, but that's totally up to your personal choice. You can feel free to use the tap to ADS option. The always sprint option must be turned on at every single time. And the camera FOV range always should be maxed out. That's basically it for the basic settings of multiplayer. Now, before I start discussing the sensitivity settings for the multiplayer, let's have a look on some ranked gameplay. You'll basically have a rough idea about how I use the gyroscope most of the time.
Enemy taking C. Enemy has Bravo. Enemy down. Lost the lead. We captured A. We're capturing C. Tango down. Captured Charlie. We tied for the lead. Target down. We're capturing B. We've taken the lead. Losing Alpha. Predator missile on standby. Sentry gun ready for deployment. Friendly sentry gun deployed. Losing Bravo. Target down. Target down. Nice work. Get ready for the next round. We're capturing C. Enemy taking B. We're capturing B. Enemy has Alpha. We captured C. Captured B. We've taken the lead. Missile awaiting orders. We're capturing Bravo. Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. Destroy enemy stealth chopper. Be advised, hostile stealth chopper inbound. Capturing Alpha. Losing Bravo. We're capturing C.
As you guys saw, I have pretty moderate speed on my movements, and a majority of time, I use the gyroscope to control my recoil. Let's have a look at my sensitivity settings for the multiplayer. For the rotation mode, I have been using the fixed speed option for a very long time. And I've become extremely used to this settings. The sensitivity must be switched while opening the ADS, because it is the most user-friendly way to go. And here are all my sensitivity values. Feel free to pause and take some screenshots of this section, especially the gyroscope part. You can make some changes here and there, but I suggest you not to mess with the gyroscope sensitivity, as it will be same no matter what devices you are using, as long as it is a mobile device. And now, let's cover some of my greatest HUD layouts for the multiplayer. I have created these layouts as user-friendly as possible. You'll be needing a pretty small amount of time to get used to this layouts, and trust me, after practicing about a week, you'll be pretty decent with these new controls. Anyways, I have covered pretty much every single settings from the multiplayer. Now, let's cover the basic settings of the Battle Royale. I recently started using the auto loot option in the Battle Royale, because sometimes, I genuinely forget to pick up the necessary amount of ammos. Also, I've turned on the aim assist in the Battle Royale, because of the long-range accuracy. But, unlike the multiplayer, I've turned on the quick run from prone option in the BR. Because it really helps with the swift movements in the middle of the combats. That's basically it in this section. Rest of settings are pretty reasonable. Now, in the BR, I use tap to aim down sight for better mobility with my fingers in middle of the combats, and most importantly, I've become extremely used to this option. Other than that, I use the one-tap slide option. And just like the multiplayer, I've turned on the always sprint option and set my camera FOV range to the max. That's pretty much it for the basic settings of the Battle Royale. In the audio and graphic settings, the part of the audio is not that important. But in the graphic settings, I personally use the graphics quality on the medium option. Although my device has support for higher options, but it gets extremely hotter on anything over the medium option and the frame starts to drop pretty drastically. But for the frame rate, I'll recommend you to use the maximum settings every single time. This is a first-person shooter / battle royale, so the higher FPS must be a pretty important factor of the game. The depth of field option should be turned on in order to locate objects and enemies in longer ranges. And I personally use the real-time shadows option just to get perfect awareness against the airborne users. And lastly, my Battle Royale graphic style is set on dynamic mode because it gives me more like a Black Ops 4 kind of vibes. There is nothing much to discuss about the loot settings. But one thing I want to suggest you and my teammates who are watching this video. For God's sake, please carry some lethals and some tacticals. No matter what happens, you have to have at least 4 Nova gases and 4 cluster grenades in order to counter the tanks and the campers in the buildings. And for the optics, I never use anything other than the classic red dot sight. I personally don't recommend you to use any kind of optics. I have just started using the red dot sight because some assault rifles and some LMG have pretty terrible iron sights. But please, never use any optics with the submachine guns or the shotguns. And now, before we get to discuss the best sensitivity settings for the Battle Royale, I want to show you in full match gameplay. But don't worry, it won't take too much time. I'll be showing you the entire match in just 4 minutes. I am suggesting you to observe my movements and my accuracy throughout this entire match. And I'll see you after the final kill with the sensitivity settings. As you guys have seen, I don't have super fast movement speed, but it's pretty moderate and easier to adapt. Now, for the Battle Royale, I use speed acceleration in the rotation mode with a value of 50. It helps me with the fast movements, and along with the gyroscope, it delivers some pretty decent results. And just like the multiplayer, I prefer my sensitivity switch while opening the ADS mode. Anyways, here are all the sensitivity values for the Battle Royale. Feel free to pause the video, take some screenshots, or note down every single values. Just keep one thing in mind. You can tweak here and there in the general and the firing sensitivity values. But I recommend you not to make any changes to the gyroscope values because it is extremely calculated for a moderately fast play style. Anyways, here I have some of the most user-friendly HUD layouts for the Battle Royale. I have 4 different layouts for 4 different types of players, and I personally use the third one, which is a 3.5 finger claw layout. Anyways, that's basically it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed today's contents. It would be greatly appreciated if you drop a like and share this with your teammates. And if you are new here, then don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I upload some pretty helpful tips and tricks videos and make some pretty powerful gunsmith loadouts for the Battle Royale. And trust me, you don't want to miss out any of my custom build. Follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server for exclusive tips and more awesome content. Links are provided in the description. Alright then, have a great day. I'll see you at the next one with the best SMG loadouts for the Battle Royale. Till then, take care. Bulls out.